how are you doing, everybody? Welcome to Russell Heritage Golf. Hopefully you are all doing really, really good. We are sort of out of lockdown. Lots of people are going to be playing golf today and enjoying it and being really grateful just to get out, and so we should do. So good luck to all of you. Spring is on its way, so for some of us we do get a bit of a winter, and we are now starting to look forward to putting some of the stuff that we've learned and practiced through the winter out onto the golf course, and we're really excited about it. Now, what we are doing this week is we are concluding our playlists, and we're going to be talking very much about the sort of downswing. And obviously the downswing is going to be hugely influential upon impact as well. That's exactly what we're going to be doing this week. We're going to be tying what you should be thinking about in the downswing and potentially why. So today's video is all about the trail arm, okay? And the reason why we start with the trail arm is because we've got to talk about that. We've got to talk a little bit about sequencing. And I just wanted to start with this video first. Now, what happens with a lot of amateur golfers, and one of the reasons why we struggle for consistency, is we can't deliver, obviously, repeatability at impact. And what I tend to mean by this is that when we see a lot of amateurs strike the golf ball, and I think I'm going to use post-impact as a reference. So this basically means once you've collided with the ball, if we carry on that journey a few more inches, what we tend to see with professional golfers is the way that the hands, the shaft, or if you like, the hands lead coming in towards the hit. This helps professional golfers strike down on the ball, compress the golf ball, but also it offers the club face stability. As opposed to if the club head sort of overtakes the hands, then we can kind of see the way that this would encourage the club to sort of rise up in that hit, but also that club face is going to be really vulnerably moving towards that left-hand side, bringing in lots of misses, especially if you're not having the best of days when it comes to finding your rhythm and timing. So that's the thing that we 100% need to try and remedy. Now, what's interesting is that generally when I see these sort of traits with amateur golfers and people that I'm teaching, I'll often get them to demonstrate a shorter swing. So something with a more lofted club, similar to what I've kind of got here with me today, and the problem still persists. So I therefore lend that to the idea that there'll be lots of amateurs out there who don't quite understand exactly the role of what the hands and arms are supposed to be doing coming in towards the downswing, hence the reason for today's video. Now, what we're going to notice out of these next couple of videos is that you can do these things very naturally, and when we do in the next video, we talk about doing, I'm sure you guys have done it before, when you do like a step-in drill, you'll notice the way that you swing with so much more athleticism, and if you ever videoed a step-in drill, your swing looks fantastic. And that's kind of my point. And there's one trick that I always use with somebody who I'm teaching, especially online, and they can't improve that impact position, then what I'll do is I'll say, right, okay, what needs to happen in the downswing is that your trail arm needs to really sort of push its way through that hitting area, because if your trail arm gets stuck and starts to slow down, then you're going to end up looking like this. If you can accelerate that trail arm through, then you are going to drive it ahead the handle of the club head, and you're going to offer yourself some really good contact. But obviously understanding it and doing it are two different things. So then what I'll do is I'll say, right, I want you to go down the range and I want you to adopt the strongest grip that you can. Now, I'm not going to show you specifically how strong that grip should be because it's relative to you guys, but you should grip it, get that lead hand rotated over to the point where when you put your hand on the club, then you put your thumb to the side of the club, that you feel like you're not going to do anything other than miss it down towards, for a right-handed golfer, left side, left-handed golfer, right side. And that's what I want you to do. I want the alarm bells ringing, especially when you place your trail hand to the side of the club. And all of a sudden now you've got this incredibly strong grip, and you're thinking to yourself, right, how is that not going to go towards that left-hand side? But once you start doing a few swings, what you'll start to understand is the only way you can stop that missing towards that left-hand side is to really drive the elbow, like so. And what I would suggest is that this is a really good exercise to do to get that feeling. So you would basically get yourself set up, you would grip it really strong, and you would spend some time doing some 3/4 length swings until you can demonstrate a shot where you no longer miss down towards that left-hand side for right-handed golfer, or if you're a left-handed golfer, right-hand side. Then you'll be asking yourself the question, well, okay, then if you can manage to do that, what do you then do from that sort of position? And this is exactly the thing. So if I've done this before in a video, and I really enjoyed this, and I like the response that I got from people as well reference this. And if I sort of hold the golf club out in front of me, okay, and I'm going to hold it, say so the club is parallel to the ground and it's in line with my sort of belly button, if you like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adopt that ridiculously strong grip again. And what we'll notice is if I keep this golf club working horizontally, what we'll notice is because of how strong we grip the club, we didn't need to do any rotation of the arm to be able to get the club face square. And what we'll notice is if the hands don't get there first and the club head overtakes, then that club face would point left. So therefore there's that natural reaction for this trail hand to start helping you out in a much more sort of strong pushing movement. Okay, so now let's say we go back to our normal grip. Now what I want you to do this time is I want you to do it differently. So when you take the club back, I want you to cock the club up 90 degrees and then rotate it so that your lead forearm is pointing directly up towards the sky. Now you're going to have a club face which is going to be more similar to those of you that operate with a sort of more neutral to strong grip. This time what we need to do is as you deliver it back into that impact position, we don't want to do this. Okay, we can't do what we just did, because obviously now the club face would point too much up towards the sky. So what we need to do is as we continue to move the club in a horizontal fashion, we need to progressively feel like we are twisting the club face, but still making sure we get that trail hand moving forward. And what this is going to do is this is going to educate you how to get this hand moving this way and to get this hand moving this way. And when you can accompany both of those, then you're going to be able to re-educate your brain how you should hit the ball. And I think this is a really, 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 really worthwhile drill for you guys to do, because I think however your brain first stumbles across the idea of hitting the ball straight, that's basically what it's going to embed in its DNA. So when you're trying to re-educate your brain of a new way to hit the ball, you have to do things like this, an element of education, an element of experimentation, but also you're just going to have to progressively move it back in, because you can't play golf with this strong grip. I understand that, but you understand the principle behind it too. So that's strongly what I would sort of suggest. That's sort of so far 2 great exercises for you to do. The last exercise, you got 3 out of today. Again, something that I really like is to try and get the feeling of accelerating this trail arm through that sort of hitting area. And the way you're going to do that is by combating the wind, but the way you're going to do that is by just making sure you keep your head focused on the back of the ball, turn the golf club upside down so you take all of the weight out of the club, keep your head focused on the back of the ball, and just accelerate again that trail arm through, like so. And all this is doing is this is just giving you that feeling of speed. And the reason for that is because the other 2 exercises, you're probably going to notice you do them quite slowly. And what I want you to do is I want you to reintroduce that speed. Now, what we're going to be doing as of next week is hopefully we're going to be having a catch up with our real life examples and our sort of progression of some of the students and golfers that are willing to participate and have their progress documented on YouTube, which I'm really excited to sort of sharing and progressing with their journey, and hopefully you're going to find that really relatable. What I'm also going to start doing moving forward is start giving you better practice guides to follow. Now obviously we can come down and hit some shots as well. So all of a sudden when you've got 3 drills, that might seem like quite a lot, but start talking about how you should sort of practice and how you should mix it up a little bit. So there's 3 great drills for you to practice there. You've got that sort of whipping through, speeding, you've got the strong grip, and you've got that sort of keeping the shaft horizontal, not doing anything like this or getting too caught underneath. And those will give you a really strong relationship for that hitting area. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I always appreciate a thumbs up and a like. And remember, it's free to subscribe. If you're going to do so, you might as well press the little bell icon, because that means you receive notifications every time a new video comes out. Work on it, work on that hitting area. I'll catch up with you guys again really soon.